Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And today we're going to be talking about How I Met Your Mother. And How I Met Your Mother is a really great show. And if you guys do not know, How I Met Your Mother is a father accounts to his children through a series of flashbacks and the journey he and his four best friends took leading up to him, and hopefully find and tell the story of how he actually met the mother. And I have a couple of guests. Would you like to go from left to right for me?
Sure. Hi, my name is Cal, and I'm AJ's diversity hire. So, because my current hyperfixation is How I Met Your Mother. So that's why I'm here.
Fair enough,
Thanks
fair enough.
for having me, AJ.
Of course.
And I am Michael Tube in the afternoon, here to have a show of my own. Hopefully, if all things go to plan. Why does it sound ominous? And How I Met Your Mother is my true story, my life story.
It's your life story instead of Ted's now?
Oh, Ted is me. I am Ted.
I'm Ted Mosby.
I am Ted Mosby.
I'm Ted Mosby if he was cool and non-binary.
That is fair, that is fair. I would give the show a good 7 out of 10. How would you guys rate the show?
I would say my enjoyment of it was 10 out of 10, but I would say critically, I would also say 7 out of 10.
Okay.
9 out of 10. Season 9
made it a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, because this show brought us so much, and I don't know. It also predicted how Cobra Kai would become a thing. Just saying.
Why do you say that? Because
William Zabka just randomly appeared with Ralph Macchio, and I feel like that's the reason why Cobra Kai is a thing now today.
True. But what's your guys' favorite characters?
My favorite character is Ted because he's me for real. But I also really like Marshall and Lily. I like Robin and Barney, but I wouldn't say they're either of my favorites. I just found myself laughing more about Ted and Marshall and Lily, so that's just me.
Fair enough.
Definitely Ted and Barney. Ted is, again, like she said, Ted is the most relatable character because I feel like I've been there where Ted has been. I've been stood up maybe not at the altar, but on a date before. I've been broken up with several times. And Barney's just a cool man and just one of the coolest characters out there.
I agree. I would say my favorite character would have to be Ted and Robin.
Robin?
Ted and Robin, I would say, because one, I'm definitely Ted, but in some aspects, I'm definitely Robin. For sure.
Hey, you remember when Robin joined S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I do indeed.
We have another guest.
We do have another guest. Would you like to say your name, other guest?
Jamison.
We do got cool guy Jamison over here.
Yep.
But we're saying our ratings and favorite character.
Rating out of the show 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
A 9 out of 10 for you?
No, actually, I'll say 8.5.
8.5?
And we'll give it a... I'm trying to think about who my favorite character is.
Mine is Ted and Robin, if that helps.
Mine's probably Ted and Marshall.
Okay.
Actually, maybe Marshall and Lily. I don't know.
Okay.
It's some combination of the two. I mean, 3.
Combination of 3?
I feel like Marshall and Lily's side quest during season 2 is just I don't know, it makes me mad.
That made me actually...
Wait, what happened? Will he buck up?
Yeah, that's when they break up for the first time. And I found it very interesting because, I don't know, I just thought it made the story a little bit more interesting to watch to see where their lives would go on if they weren't dating.
I don't know, I
thought it was cool.
I feel like if you
it made me sad and really disappointed that they broke up because it was just whoa, that's a shocker. But it made me think, where would they go?
I feel like if you cut it out completely, it would not force anything with the story at all. Would you miss anything if they cut it out?
Me when I lie.
I feel like
I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree with that.
I disagree too.
I feel like most of Marshall and Lily's character development came from that.
Yeah, I agree.
And then it explains Marshall's actions in season 9 when he decided to take the judge job behind Lily's back because he felt like he was allowed to get back at her for the things that she did. And I feel like it really helped them grow as a couple.
I'd say so. I mean, they have been dating since college, so they needed a extra boost of character development.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been weird if they never talked about how, like, these two characters have been together for so long and they have grown so much that, like, it would have felt like they should have talked about it if they never talked about how, like, in some ways they've grown apart, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Even if they've also grown together.
I agree.
I feel like if they didn't have some sort of, like, conflict like that, then, like, if they were kept, like, the perfect couple through the entire 9 seasons, then it would make their characters a lot more forgettable.
Yeah, I was about to say, it also just shows you, like, how strong their friendship and relationship just grew in general. Like,
true.
Because if you have a perfect, quote, perfect relationship, there's definitely some things that you guys are both hiding from each other that's making it perfect.
True.
Making it seem perfect, sorry. Wording's bad there.
Let's be honest, though. Tracy was done dirty.
Tracy's the wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how I would have wrote season 9. I would have had the wedding in episode 1, and then each episode be like an average episode of How I Met Your Mother, but with Tracy there, and that way we get to connect with her more, enjoy her more, and like enjoy the character more, and see why Ted ends up with her at the end instead of poof, he just there with her.
Yeah, I agree a lot with that. I do think they needed to explore her character after they really start to get into a relationship, and especially her relationship with other characters.
I agree.
You know, but I do really like the concept of the whole season being in one weekend for a wedding.
It's such a troll move though too.
Yeah, it's very much in line with the show of being like a story within a story within a story. So I do think that should still be used, but yeah, they should have definitely had more stuff with her and Ted being in a relationship, but like not super old and when she was dying.
At least have like the first 5 episodes be like that then. Just because in the entire season in a weekend thing kind of gets old super fast. Like within 5 episodes, you're like, all right, when are we going to get to the wedding? When are we going to see Tracy? When are we going to see this? When are we going to see that? It just gets, I don't know, it just feels forced sometimes from a writing standpoint.
I get that. I know for me, even though I technically have not, or I never watched the show fully from straight to end, but like I said, I grew up watching the show as a kid, but I know how it ends. And from my perspective right now, I personally find it fine with where they went because I am still watching the show. Like, I just want to see the friendships. I don't care who Ted ends up with. I just know he's going to eventually find that person. I personally think Robin is good in my opinion, but of course they both have their flaws. But that's what makes a relationship good, is helping each other fix each other's flaws. That's where, for me, I think why they're perfect.
And then you have the slaps giving episode finale during season 9, the most pointless episode ever.
Oh, I'm glad they brought that back.
It was it was filler. I feel like that episode is just weird. How they just went on an entire quest to go slap Barney or something like that. And it's like, do we need an entire episode dedicated to this?
Yes.
Fair.
Can I talk about the ending a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I saw a lot of people like on TikTok mainly, but kind of everywhere. I think it's a pretty common opinion that people don't like the ending of How I Met Your Mother, and I understand why. It really sucked that we took all that time to meet Tracy. Finally, she gets maybe an hour worth of screen time in total, and then dies.
Not even.
And it was really
bye, Tracy.
It was really sucky. So I understand that. But the people who say that the ending doesn't make sense are literally lying.
Yeah,
because the entire show was about Ted not being able to get over Robin. That was the entire show. So if you were surprised that he ended up with Robin,
I wasn't.
then that's your
Tracy.
problem. It doesn't.
Tracy at the end.
Well, yeah, but then he ends
Yeah.
up with Robin at the end.
Yeah.
Tracy becomes a penguin villain after all.
So like, I think it does make sense. It might not be good. It might not be what you wanted, but I can't say that it doesn't make sense because the whole show was about the fact that no matter who he's with, he will always still have feelings for Robin. That was like the whole thing with Victoria.
And same with Robin, with Ted.
Like all the relationships he was in, he was always stuck on Robin. So I think it makes sense.
I agree with you on that.
TBH.
The best episode, season 9, in my opinion, is the Tracy-centric episode, though.
Fair enough.
Agreed.
That was like some power. It got dark and hit hard. And there's a lot of dark moments throughout the show. Like the moment when Ted realizes he's alone. Let's be honest, we've all been there. And it just is really sucky and it's just a hit hard moment.
I feel like the most dark episode for me, or at least the most anxious driven episode for me ever since I'm still in season 3. I'm in season 3, episode 11.
Well,
Me and my homies to my left, aka Cal and Jamison, we started rewatching the show after school last semester, and they finished the show today, and I been busy and I've been struggling with our website to watch the show, so I've been like off and on watching it. That's why I'm not that far in. But the most show that gave me the anxiety is when Lily finally moved back in after Marshall and Lily broke up, and she finds the voice message of Ted.
Oh my God.
That gave me the most anxiety throughout the whole show so far. I was like, oh my goodness.
that was crazy.
I was actually surprised Ted did that. That made me realize, I was like, I mean, I understand why Ted did that, just to help Marshall. But the fact that he didn't say sorry was like, dude, really?
And he was
Really?
hurt too, though. You gotta look at it from his point of view.
They all were.
To make things cleared, Ted called Lily a Grinch. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
And and she gets all mad about it. But let's be honest, we've all been there, and we have our times when we're extremely mad and just extremely at your low point, and you're like,
I'm about to snap, bro.
everyone
That
has
was a
their
snap
snapping
moment.
points, and Ted had his snapping point, and I understand why he did that.
I agree. But
I also agree.
do you guys want to take a break, and then I'll give you guys time to take the quiz to see which characters you guys are?
I already know what character I am,
I already know.
but I will take it.
You will take it? All right. So we're going to be taking a 10-minute break. So I'll be back on at 10:50 or 10:25. So see you guys back on. This is WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. See you guys here soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And I'm going to be continuing to talk about How I Met Your Mother. And I am with
Cal.
Jamison.
Michael Tube.
And we're going to be talking about what characters we got and talking about our favorite episode and or season. So I'm going to have Michael start first.
Freaking Robin. I don't know why. I don't know how.
Do you think you correlate with Robin at all?
No, I don't. I just like burgers. That's it.
Okay.
Like, that didn't make sense to me. I'm like, all right, that's the only correlation you got with the quiz?
Fair enough.
Like-
All right. Jamison,
I got Marshall.
do you think you're a Marshall? Do you think it's accurate?
Yeah,
How so?
because we're both funny.
You're both funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you agree, Cal, that Jamison is Marshall?
Yes,
How come?
because I'm dating him,
Fair enough.
and
Fair enough.
they act very similar.
I will laugh if you say Lily.
Should I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got Ted.
Dang it!
I mean, it makes
I knew
sense.
you'd get Ted.
Because
I'm the real
because Ted and Marshall are like best friends, so it makes sense.
We're just Ted and Marshall. If they were homoerotic, I guess.
I guess,
And
yeah.
they are in the later seasons.
True.
All
They
right.
kissed once.
They do
once.
kiss once. Do you agree that you're Ted, and why?
Yes, I do agree that I'm Ted because I'm very much like him. The constant hope for something better, chasing after everything, chasing after the past, very huge. Also, the way that he talks about fun facts that nobody cares about.
I agree. Like, the more I watch the show, I forget how I had to realize how smart Ted is, because he just throws in a lot of fun facts in there.
Yeah, he just knows a bunch of stuff, and his thing for correcting people, I love doing that. I love correcting people. So he's very, yeah.
Also, you're both autistic.
Okay, wow.
And socially awkward too. He's pretty
True.
socially awkward.
Very socially awkward.
I relate to Ted, like her. I relate to Ted more than Robin. Like, that's who she just described me and Ted pretty much, and just especially since Robin hates Star Wars or never seen Star Wars.
I hate Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
That is crazy.
I've never seen Star Wars.
I absolutely love Star
Give
Wars.
it a chance.
And the moment when that episode when Marshall gets Ted's girlfriend to watch Star Wars because it's like important to him, I'm like, yes, that is my character right there.
I will say I'm actually completely indifferent to Star Wars. I don't really care. I'm just not really into sci-fi stuff.
And that's fine. You don't have
As you
to.
wear Back to the Future.
Okay, that's different because Back to the Future is terrible when it comes to sci-fi. Like, it's... I just like it because everyone knows that autistic people like Back to the Future. I think that's like a common thing.
Oh no, I feel like it's Back to the Future is all around overall great family film.
It's amazing.
But I got Robin, which is actually very accurate for me because I relate to Robin the most, because
AJ's scared of commitment.
I am very, very scared of commitment. There's a reason whenever I catch feelings for someone, you can even ask my friends next to me. I am very, well, it's not real. It's just in the moment. It's not real.
I have so much to say about that. Don't tell your girlfriend that,
It's hard. I'm trying my best. I'm doing.
You got this, man.
I'm doing my best. But for me, commitment is just like one of those things, especially when marriage is brought up or kids, I start freaking out. I'm like, no.
Well, you're also 20, so
That
you
is
have
true.
time.
Okay. Granted, half my friends or people I know are having kids or getting married right now.
Well, that's just their choice.
And that is like, me and my buddies are looking at them, they're like, we're still 20s, right? And we're just having our midlife crisis right now just because of that.
I think this kind of goes along with the show because it's very focused on marriage and kids. I think you could get married at any age.
That is true.
And as long as you're able to take care of them, I think you should be allowed to have kids at any age.
Even though Ted, the timeline of the show doesn't make sense when Ted gets married and has kids.
Wait.
Because he would be like late 30s by the time he has kids, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he would be. Well, at the end of the show, he is like what, 34? When does he meet Tracy? 34.
I think so.
And they had a kid 2 years after they started dating.
Yeah.
So he would be like 36,
But when he goes out with Robin at the end, how old would he be?
like 40s or something.
40? Well,
Well, it's the year 2030. So he was 34 in 2013.
that would make him 60 something, right?
Yeah.
We has a bunch of gray hair. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they didn't really do a good job making them look their age, I would say, but
I'm like,
the timeline makes sense.
Yeah, the timeline makes sense. I think that's one thing I do like about this show is time in general of how much they jump back and forth in each episode.
they would have had, who was voicing older Ted? Danny Tanner, right?
I don't know. I looked this up and I don't remember.
It was
Here, let me
Danny
look it up
Tanner
real
from
quick.
Full House voicing him. Why didn't they have older actors portray the characters? Make it,
Bob Saget.
yeah, Bob Saget, aka Danny Tanner. R.I.P. man.
But yeah, do you guys think I am Robin?
Yes.
How so? Why are you whispering?
I don't know. It just came out that way. because I know you, AJ, and you do remind me a lot of her. You're very adamant on being independent and not letting anybody do anything for you. You don't like asking for help. You don't like commitment.
You own 9 dogs.
I wish.
I
wish I had 9
You always
dogs.
talk about how they're going to take care of each other, and it's easier than taking care of one.
You're Canadian? You're not Canadian.
I wish I was.
Okay,
Oh, yeah. I forgot you want to move there.
I want to move there.
the only thing I have in common with Robin is burgers.
I will
it.
say that quiz was not very good.
The quiz
That we took.
was crazy.
It
It was just a lot of, which one do you say the most? Like,
and it was basically like, for our 2 listeners right now that are probably not even listening.
They're watching the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
Have you ever taken a quiz, like a what character are you quiz, and it's so obvious which answers for what character?
yeah, that's
It's like
pretty
you
much
couldn't
it.
have made this any like more mysterious. It was like, it was like,
Which line?
what do you like to wear? And the one for Tracy, which I'm assuming was Tracy, because I didn't get Tracy, I got Ted, by the way. The one that I'm assuming was for Tracy was, it doesn't matter, but I will be carrying a yellow umbrella. What? What?
I don't remember.
That's all you
what
could
it
come up
was.
with? What the freak?
And the lines, what's your most what line would you say you could easily point out which one's which?
Yeah. Or like, what quote describes you? And it was
Yeah.
like, well, the one that said the word awesome was obviously Barney. And like, it's like, what do you like to wear?
The deep and meaningful one is obviously Ted.
Right.
I tried to quote or select the ones for Teddy. The only one I didn't was the burger. And if that was the one answer that threw me off, like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun quiz, but like, what characters would you guys choose yourself as? I know you said Ted yourself. I know you got your character, and Jamison,
I have my character.
you got your character as well. Fair enough.
We all got a character.
Besides for
No, but you would be, you said you'd be Marshall.
Ooh, crossword
I'm
puzzle.
saying we all 3 of us got our character.
Okay.
all right. What is your guys' favorite episode or season, or say both if you want?
That's kind of hard because there's like
A lot of episodes.
a lot. It's like, I think each season has 24 and there's 9 seasons. So do the math in your head.
I think the
you
shortest
want.
season is season 3 because it's only 20.
Oh, I don't know. But most of them are like around 20, 24.
Season 3 ends abruptly.
Yeah. But each season kind of just seems like it ends up abruptly.
I feel
though.
like Trilogy Time
So
is
many
one of the best.
episodes. I have to think about this.
I mean,
really
you could
hard.
just say one of our few favorite moments if you don't remember an episode.
Yeah.
Definitely Trilogy Time, and definitely the moment when Ted's sitting in the bar alone and just like realizing he's alone
That
and
freaked
just
me up.
Why'd that freak you out?
No, freaked me up.
Oh,
It messed
messed you up?
me up.
and then it
I thought you said it freaked you out. I was like, okay.
No, it was just really sad.
how
Yeah,
he
I agree.
I feel like that's like low key the most relatable moment for me right now, just because like I'm new to the school and everything, and just like that moment when Barney's like, "Look around, Ted, you're all alone." I'm like, we've all been there. I'm going through that right now, and it's just a heartbreaking moment.
I get that.
I will also say, maybe not my favorite episode or anything, but one that really hit me hard was when Barney met his real father. And
That
it
was pretty funny.
He was
That was funny.
no, but it got really sad because
Yeah.
then it was like he was so upset that, understandably, that his father was present for one child's life but not the other
other.
child's life. That whole thing hit me pretty hard.
Fair enough.
I can say I relate to that part of Barney's character, except that he does make up with his father, which I have not done yet.
Or when
But
Marshall loses his father, that was a heartbreaking moment.
dude, I cried. I did cry. I'm gonna say I cried.
We've all like. I'm not ready to lose my father. I feel like I'm gonna be that point when he gets to when he loses his father.
Yeah.
Like how he reacts to Lily, and it's like, wow, that just feels real.
I agree.
Let me lighten the mood here, and I'll talk about one episode that I really liked. It was the one where you thought you were learning about what Ted did that night, but actually it was what Bonnie did that night.
I thought that was really good.
That's a
was
great
good.
one.
That was a good
That was
episode.
really good. That
I
was
just
good
watched that
writing.
one recently.
Yeah,
It's good writing.
that's probably one of my favorite episodes.
That was good.
The pineapple.
Dude, the pineapple
The
theory.
pineapple theory. Okay, I have a legit question. Does Have You Met Ted actually work?
I don't think so.
Have you actually tried it?
Obviously, it would work.
Like,
Why would it work?
Because you just introduce yourself. It just makes it easier for.
I feel like it's just an easier target. You're just already brought out there like, hey, Jamison, the attention's on you now.
Well,
so I feel like that's the only way it could work.
The hard part about it is starting the conversation.
You need a good wingman with you.
I don't have any of those.
And just be like, have you met AJ?
I would do that.
Would you?
But
do
you
that
have
for
a
me?
girlfriend, so I would never do that.
Sorry.
But if
You're
you
taking
didn't,
over.
I would do that.
I appreciate it.
I would argue that it would only work if both people involved are good at what they do. Because if you say, like, let's say I'm Jamison's wingman, which is really weird because we're in a committed relationship.
Yeah, but that would be funny, honestly.
No, it wouldn't, AJ. So,
saying,
and
like,
let's
if you
say
guys weren't-
Jamison's trying to hit on AJ. Let's make this
why
real.
Why are we building the scenario?
Let's make this real for a moment. And I said, have you met Jamison? And then I didn't follow up. Like, I didn't say anything else.
What?
But then he was also awkward.
Yeah.
Then it's just going to fall apart. But if I talk him up a little bit and I'm like, yeah, he does all this cool stuff.
Just like Barney does.
Yeah. And then he comes in and then he is also cool, then it would work, I think. But
It's got to
if
have
you guys
a
are
lot
both
of
losers,
steps.
then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Do you follow?
I do follow. I'm following along.
Because I'm right.
This is just how like conversations work. Like
True.
if you're good at talking to people, you're good at talking to people.
Yeah.
Like that's just
Yeah, I agree. Just confidence is key. Confidence is
Be legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
All right. Anywho, my favorite episode would have to. I know this is very like sad, but I've already said it before. But when Lily and Marshall broke up, but those are like the very
You're messed up in the head.
Dude.
like
Wait, you like that episode?
yeah.
The rain dance.
I just saw like throughout the episodes of them trying to get back together. It's just because you could see both ends that they were both upset, but you got to see the other side that.
Yeah, you can appreciate them, but
I do appreciate them, but like just to see what they would do if they weren't actually together. Just wow, that's interesting on what they would do if they weren't together.
Actually, I'm going to play AJ's advocate for a second.
Oh jeez.
I'm on your side in this.
Okay.
AJ
Scenario.
advocate.
and he is the devil. To be clear,
Whoa,
That's
AJ.
Have you never heard the term devil's advocate?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Okay, anyways. So I can understand why you would say that you like that episode because it's a good episode. It's sad, but it's good at what it's supposed to do because you get to be happy for Ted because he finally got together with Robin. But then you also have to be sad for Lily and Marshall because they broke up. And that's really sad. And then you get to see throughout season 2 that they think that they can move on, but they actually can't. And they're like miserable without each other. And I think that's a really cool contrast.
And it also
And like from a writing standpoint, coming from an English major, by the way,
it's brilliant
I
writing.
think it's good writing. It's a good episode.
I think all that can be true, and it's still weird to say it's your favorite episode. Like it's just like
I just
loved it when Lily and Marshall
like
broke up.
you don't
oh,
say
this is
like
crazy.
12 Years a Slave is your favorite movie, even though it's a really good movie. It's just weird to
yeah.
it's just weird to have like a super sad movie your favorite
I
movie.
get that.
You know,
I get what you're saying.
And
Okay.
AJ hasn't seen the whole show, so I'll
But another one of my favorite episodes is when they play hockey in the hallway. I've said it multiple times to you guys already, but that's my favorite episode. That's the most memorable episode I remember as a kid was when they played hockey in the hallway.
Do you remember the episode when they went to Ohio? I think.
Yeah.
For
The actor
Slappy's.
for Ted is actually from Ohio, by the way.
I know that. That makes it more legendary. Every Ohio reference. Thank you, repping. But when they
We
go
are repping. He's repping for us.
when he goes
I'm
to
not from Ohio.
Shame. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So when he goes to that wedding, and Robin and Barney dance, and Ted's like, "Yeah, I believe a little less, and a little less, and a little less." I'm like, dude, I'm you right now. I'm right there with you. And it's like, he's the most relatable television character ever, I feel like. Because we, as a human race, we are there with him and we understand him. And some people are Marshalls, some people are Lily, some people are Barneys. But a lot of people are more Ted than anything.
Can I also say I feel like that's because Ted is the least exaggerated character out of the group. I mean, like, Barney's very exaggerated with the way he treats women. Robin's very exaggerated with the way that she's scared of commitment
and wants to pursue her career.
Yeah, wants to pursue her career and be independent. Lily and Marshall are the ooey gooey couple.
Yeah,
that everyone like icks at,
but wants to be.
Ted is just Ted is just the normal guy.
Marshall and Lily is like the tape on a string. It holds everyone together.
True.
That Christmas episode about Robin,
that was crazy.
That hit hard. And she's like, "Did you see that coming? She never had kids." Like, honestly, I thought when they made that reveal, I'm like, okay, thanks, show, for making me cry a bit.
Yeah. But, what was I going to say? Another reason to help show why I liked the episodes when Marshall and Lily weren't together, we got to see a soft side of Barney, of how much he actually really, like, loves them, even though he craps on them all the time.
And I don't know if you know this because you haven't seen the whole show, but when they revealed that Barney went to Lily in San Francisco and told her to move back to New York, that messed me up. That messed me up. I was like, what the freak?
Barney's character arc right there. His redemption.
Well, he's the type of character that doesn't show his soft spot.
Well, yeah.
Because he's like, I'm a man. I'm not supposed to do that. That's his character.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, it's mostly just played for laughs because, like, then he has moments where, like, he cried at Lily and Marshall's wedding.
I think it's funny.
And, like, gets emotional over things. And when he, in the very end of the series, when he has a daughter, that messed me up. In a nice, happy way, I guess you could say.
Happy way.
But, like, yeah, that was really cool.
It's funny how whenever Marshall and Lily fighting and Barney's there, it's like, Mom and Dad are fighting again.
True.
Have you guys seen How I Met Your Father yet?
No, I don't want to.
It was bad.
It was bad. The only good episode was Barney and Robin. Those were the only
Aren't
good
those
moments.
two the only returning characters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that it lost my favorite part of the show, which was like the part of the show where I could told stories within a story within a story. Where it was like, wait, inside the story they start telling a different story about what happened a different night. And like that keeps happening until it's like 5 layers deep. I really like that, and I heard it doesn't have that. So I was like, wow, what's the point of me watching this then? It's like, it's just another sitcom.
It got canceled after 2 seasons. And I know the main actor was supposed to return. He was talking about it on a podcast or something like that I was watching. And he was talking about returning, and then the show got canceled.
Anywho, are you guys ready to take? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna just say, since we were talking about the show getting canceled, can I say a fun fact that, don't quote me on this, it could be wrong, but I heard it somewhere, so it might be true, but it might not be true. I heard somewhere that originally they weren't sure if the show was gonna get picked up for more seasons, so after season 1, the plan was, if they weren't able to get it picked up for more seasons, then Victoria was gonna be the mother.
Yeah,
and there was like a recording of an alternate ending, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But I'm glad she was not.
How does season 3 end? Does anyone remember?
I have no idea.
It's been a minute.
I thought that ended with the one chick who loves Star, or who wanted the girl that Ted wanted to get to watch Star Wars with him. That's how I remember her.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
But, hey guys, you know what would be cool? Let's open a bar.
Yeah. Barney's famous line.
I use that way too much with my friends.
I mean, that seems like something my friends at home would say. Because whenever one of them comes up with a brilliant idea, they're like, we should make this happen. And they will hyperfixate on trying to make it happen, but will not get further than just research. It's just funny.
I'm surprised How I Met Your Mother did last as long as it did, because
me too.
A lot of these sitcoms at the time, like Scrubs.
Well, the reason why the show did so well is because of how strong and how well built the characters were, and the fact that, sure, the whole story was how Ted met his future wife, but the whole story and how well it did is just how contrast the friends were, and that it's just teaches you how to get stronger with your friends over time and growing up. So I just feel like that's one of the main reasons.
I also really like how well the show follows the years that the seasons were being released.
I agree.
They could have just had it so that way it was a 9-season show going over maybe like 3 or 4 years, but it was the exact amount of years that it took for the show to air. And I think that's really interesting because you got to see how the characters adapted to things that we were adapting to, real life things like cell phones and like, people listening to the radio less and watching TV more and like all this stuff.
And I feel like shows that go along with real time also shows you the technology throughout the years, which is very interesting when it comes to shows that, especially How I Met Your Mother is 9 years. It's just awesome to see the development of furniture, technology, and people overall, and it throws in real life scenarios in there too at some points.
Also, I know you really wanted to go on a break, but now you've opened a can of worms. I love the wardrobe of How I Met Your Mother because
Iconic.
I'm really obsessed with like fashion over the past like 3 decades, but mainly like 90s Y2K and like 2010s. Like it's so accurate. I mean, obviously because it was recorded during the time.
When it comes to outfits, I'm definitely terrified.
Yeah, me too. But anyways, like it's so accurate, and like I said, obviously it's accurate because of the fact that it was being recorded during those years. But like I don't know, the clothes really give the characters personality. It really like represents them really well. I don't know. I'm just really obsessed with that kind of stuff.
So, okay. This may be a possibility. So, did you hear that Robin and Marshall had a reunion in a show lately? And that clip is like bouncing around right now.
I have not seen that clip.
So there was
you could probably try to find it during this break.
There was an interview with Marshall and Robin because since they had their little reunion or whatever, there was an interview. Since all these shows are being revived right now, like Scrubs is being revived.
Malcolm in the Middle. For only 3 episodes, though.
Only 3? What?
Yeah. Which I feel like shows should do that. They shouldn't just make a whole new series or a whole new season. They should just make a few more episodes. That's just me when it comes to reboots or reunions.
Are they just making like a completion like to complete the series? Or
no,
something?
They're just making it to see where they are a few years, like how many years after. That's the only reason.
Dad opened a meth lab. That's all I'm saying. But I know the middle is getting I
haven't seen that show in forever.
The middle is Scrubs is. I think New Girl is rumored.
I didn't watch New Girl. I was never interested.
It takes place in the Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Parks and Recs universe.
See, I know this is very disappointing, especially for entertainment media guy like me, but I've actually never watched Parks and Rec.
Iconic show.
I'm not even a sitcom person. Like the only reason that I watch How I Met Your Mother was because Jamison said it was a good show, and we started watching it, and then I just happened to get hyperfixated on it. Like I couldn't control it, so it just happened. But yeah, I'm not really a sitcom person.
I like sitcoms that are really well written and really memorable. So like The Middle, like it was really good, but it wasn't memorable.
I think as the show goes on, it got memorable.
Malcolm in the Middle was memorable because it's like a very bad family that nobody likes.
That's how The Middle was too.
Not to a degree, but like the only thing that was memorable to me when it came to The Middle,
the dad, was
Brick. When he whispered to himself, that's where I got that from. I was just start whispering to myself because of watching that show.
Well, I know that's trying to get a revival right now. Henry Danger, of all things, is getting a revival.
They should have canceled after 1 season.
I love that show. I love that show. But there is a rumor that How I Met Your Mother may get a revival. Who knows if that's true or not? Because they were talking about it during that interview, and they just bounced around the idea, and that's it. Since all these other shows are getting revivals.
Can I say something?
Yeah, you go.
It shouldn't.
Yeah.
It should not get revived.
Just leave it.
There's nothing else to, and the only thing that they have is to explore Ted and Robin's relationship after the end of the show.
They would be so old.
And I think everyone's sick of Ted and Robin. I'm gonna say it. Like the whole show was about them. I think everyone's sick and tired of them.
Maybe
there's nothing else to say.
They could explore Ted and what's her face?
Tracy.
Why did I blank on that?
I mean, yeah, but
or just
the
make
actors,
a show specifically
actors are
just for
already
Tracy.
old. Like Ted in real life, whatever his actor's name is, he already has gray hair.
They got
I saw him
married
do a
in real
cameo.
life.
I saw him do a cameo video on TikTok, and he's old and has gray hair.
They got married in real life, by the way.
Ted and Robin?
Tracy.
No.
Oh, I was about to say, like,
I just think that like most things that are being revived shouldn't be.
yeah, just leave them be.
And it's bad. And usually whatever they make that's new is bad.
Yeah.
And they should just write new things.
It's because they're good for the time and they're trying to bring it back because people love it. But
Right.
once they're
Yeah, it's
rewritten
just
in modern times, it's not that great.
Yeah,
Also,
it's just to get more sales.
Okay,
That's it.
only show that deserves a revival is
things.
Community, just because we were promised 6
No.
seasons in a movie. That's all I wanted, the movie.
They should just let it be. It was really good. And still trying to do it, it just won't be good. Probably.
The reason why a lot of good shows go from, a lot of people saying, I love that show, to I hate it, is because of the revival or
True.
sequels. And
Some instances of really good revivals, like Star Wars: The Clone Wars season 7. The revival for that was like the highest viewed thing on Disney Plus that year, and it ended on such a great note. And I feel like if you handled revivals like that, then you have something great on your hands.
All right. We're going to go on a 10-minute break. So we'll see you guys back on at 11:04. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening in. However, you guys are listening to us right now live or on YouTube or Spotify. But thank you guys for listening in. We'll be back in 10 minutes. So enjoy the amazing soundtrack of How I Met Your Mother. So yeah, see you guys on soon. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative, and this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and I'm going to be continuing to talk about How I Met Your Mother, and I am with...
Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother. What? I'm just kidding. My name's Cal.
Jamison.
Michael Tube in the afternoon.
And we're going to be talking about some theories, and Michael, I got one request for you. Can you please shut the door for me?
Haunted door.
Because I can hear myself on the outside.
Well,
Thank you so much for closing the door.
I already got one big theory.
What's your theory?
My theory is that Robin joined S.H.I.E.L.D.
elaborate.
So you ever watch Captain America
Nope.
or the Avengers?
Nope.
No.
She's
I
in,
have, but I know she's in it. But
she's in those movies. She's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. So hey, one summer, Robin joined S.H.I.E.L.D.
I feel like that should be her new career, is just her as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Maybe that's what happened when Ted and Robin make up at the end.
When she's like 60?
Yeah.
Spoiler
That's
alert,
awesome.
Robin kind of dies in Secret Invasion.
That's crazy.
R.I.P. That's how she goes.
Anywho, I got some theories. We've already grazed through the ending of the show and why it's controversial. And I'm just going to go through why Ted is villain. And I'm just going to ask you guys, do you guys really think he is the villain of the show?
No. I think he's flawed, but I don't think he's the villain.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I mean,
Of course, it's just like a fun theory. That's why I'm not going serious about it.
I know who the villain is.
Who's the villain?
Lily.
no.
Elaborate.
I want to hear this, actually.
She leaves Marshall.
This is all right. Nope, this is my thing.
Can I go first?
Okay, you can go first.
Go ahead.
She's a good character. That she sometimes people can be selfish. That doesn't make her the villain. And Marshall was also selfish
But
right on.
think about how many
So it's
times
like-
throughout the show she was selfish.
So was Marshall. They're all
Can
flawed characters. They're all flawed people. That's the point. That everyone's flawed.
Can I? Okay. Think about how many times Barney was selfish
Well, that's his character in general.
You
The
know,
whole friend group is
the whole playbook thing, like making up lies. Does that not make him a bad? Does that make him a bad person?
But
Or Marshall taking the judgeship behind Lily's back, or Robin deciding like right before her wedding that maybe she should have been with Ted instead. That's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
After like, saying no to him so often, I think the reason, I'm going to say it, I think the reason that people don't like Lily but are okay with Marshall is because of misogyny.
No.
Cat's out of the bag.
It's true.
That's my opinion.
Cat is meowing.
I think if you have a problem with Lily, then you have to have an even bigger problem with Bonnie. And the fact if I
don't think I've ever had a problem with Lily.
yeah,
I was upset when she left.
Well, yeah.
And I was also upset when she, tried to sabotage Ted's relationships. But she was trying to do it for Ted's benefit. Was it good? No.
Also,
But was it because I'm evil and I don't want Ted to be happy?
If
No.
you think about
also like the whole group does that all the time.
yeah, they sabotage each
they
other.
just
all
they
the
just
time.
talk about all the time
that's
how
just not a good friendship right there.
yeah.
No, it's just, I say if you can sabotage your friends and still be friends at the end, that is a strong relationship.
Well,
True,
none
but
of them
you
are
shouldn't-
trying to
You
sabotage.
shouldn't purposely like I want to ruin this people's lives.
Just they all have an unhealthy relationship with each other.
Yeah.
This is
True.
I don't think we should hate one of them more than the rest if they all do it.
This is my reasoning though. Think about what kickstarts like everything through the show. Where everything truly
Ted and
starts.
Robin.
Well, okay, besides that, where everything truly starts is when Lily leaves Marshall. That's what kickstarts everything throughout the show. And that,
I mean, it was because even before they even planned to get wedding, Lily mentioned multiple times, I want to do my career before I fully commit to our marriage. And that's when Marshall's like, yeah, you can do that. And then the further they got on before like the whole wedding for the first time, Lily's like, I actually want to do this. Like, I believe in myself. I want to do this. And then she doesn't, and then she realizes she actually wants to be with Marshall instead of going what she wanted to do.
Yeah. I would like to argue your point and say the plot of the show, you literally said this earlier, that the plot of the show would still happen if Lily didn't leave Marshall. And now you're saying that the whole show happened because she left Marshall.
I may have deep dived for a second there. Well, granted,
Because I would still argue that Ted and Robin would have broken up if Lily and Marshall never broke up. And that would have continued the rest of the show. All it did was create more development for the characters where we saw how everybody reacted to the relationship ending. So I wouldn't say that that was the whole reason everything happened.
there's not really a villain then.
Yes, that's the point. They're all in their own way, the villain and the hero.
But like you guys pointed out throughout this episode before leading up to now, like I mean, all the characters are this. All the characters are a little bit narcissistic in their own way.
True.
And that's where Ted like is represented as evil, because if you think about it, Ted is that person that like looks innocent and seems innocent, but once he builds his ego up someone builds his ego up over time, then he starts being selfish and narcissistic. And that happens a lot throughout the show, and then he starts like just taking advantage of other people and to just trying to get back to Robin, if that makes sense.
True. He was trying to find Robin and other people.
Yes. And instead of just trying to build a true relationship. So all the people that he say he dated or would love, he'll just abuse that power.
How he gets back together with one of his like ex-girlfriends and breaks up with her on her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
That is all right. I didn't see that one coming. That was pretty good.
Ted also just refuses like other people's advice.
True.
And he doesn't really, how he goes along with his decisions, he doesn't use his brain. True. He uses his emotions more. Like he doesn't use his head or heart. He just uses like emotionally. That's it.
Well, I'd say that is using your heart.
But yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I get, yeah. But yeah.
I don't know. I feel like at the same time, Ted just finds the worst people ever to date. Like, the man literally found a psychopath who burnt all his stuff in his apartment.
I would say yes and no. I would say, like, they're definitely the worst people for him. Because, like, the one lady, Jeanette, the crazy girl who, like, burned his house. Like, yeah, obviously, she's, like, insane. But, like, Victoria could have been good if Ted could just get over Robin. Or Victoria could have been good if she didn't have to leave for Germany.
That is
like,
true.
So, and...
I'm just saying this.
What's her name? Oh, my gosh. Who's the one who left with the altar?
That was I just call her Star Wars girl just because.
No, it's on the
Scrubs.
Stella. It's Stella. She left him at the altar. She could have been good if she was over the one guy, or
But he made the mistake of bringing the ex.
I'm just saying, what's up with these characters? And the only way they escape their people is just, I'm leaving the country. Like, I wish I had the money to just
go
leave.
to Japan.
Like, Robin, I want to go to Argentina because that's my dream. Like, cool, I'm glad that's your dream, but
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Just imagine packing up the next day. I'm going to Argentina. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I wish I had that money.
I will say the twist of Ted dating Barney's sister, I think. That was a good twist. Because remember the one episode when Ted was afraid that Barney would date his sister? And I'm like, okay, who would have saw that one coming?
Yeah, that's pretty ironic.
It's pretty crazy.
Did they even mention that fact in that episode?
No. We just watched it like maybe a week ago, and they did not bring it up.
They really glossed over that, didn't they?
Yeah.
And Ted's sister just disappears.
True. I don't know about...
I liked her.
I don't know about you guys, but I've had this feeling since I was rewatching the show. But Ted and Robin are literally very close in similarities.
Well, yeah, this is true, but also the one thing that they disagreed upon is what made the relationship not work, which was the marriage and kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm going back to the whole ending thing. That's why I think the ending makes sense, because Ted got what he wanted.
Yeah.
He got married and he had kids.
Yes.
So what do the kids call Aunt Robin now? That's the question.
Just Robin.
I mean, let's be honest here. The whole that's also another thing I like about this show is even though they're not like family related, they still say Uncle Rob. Like I find that
Uncle Robin.
Uncle Robin. Yay, Uncle Robin.
We just trans Robin's gender.
But you get what I'm saying. They just like put them as family, and that's what I love about this show.
True. I feel like that's very relatable to real people.
I feel like that's more relatable to our generation because I know my parents are a lot older, but they never really said, "Oh, my friend is your aunt or your uncle." Now
I never had that either.
So I really find the show more relatable to recent generations when the show came out. So, but I don't really have many theories. It's just kind of hard to find a specific theory other than just the ending is horrible. Blah blah blah.
Lucy Hale and Robin's sisters goes off to, what was it? Is she in Mean Girls? No, not Mean Girls. She's in one show that was like very popular, and that Lucy Hale is like Robin's sister.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know much about that one.
I'm gonna Google it.
You're gonna Google that?
But that's Lucy Hale. Maybe that's why she just disappeared from the show, because a lot of characters just show up and just disappeared.
I agree.
And I'm like, all right, so we're just okay then.
I threw in some of like the character series, like realistic theories. This one was the Barney theory, and I just want to see what your guys' opinion about it. So, do you guys remember the Dobler/Dahmer theory?
Oh my god!
Do you guys remember what that one was?
Oh yeah, I do actually.
It's like you have what is it? If both people are into each other and a big romantic gesture works like holding a boombox above someone's head and saying something, but if one person isn't into the other, the same gesture just comes off as weird or creepy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe that's a true theory?
I believe it can be. I wouldn't say it is the case for every single situation, but I do think it could exist.
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, you have to try it out.
I mean, it makes sense because if you both aren't in the same feelings with one another, that action's not going to work.
True.
Here's a question. Do we ever see Barney's, like, is it wife or just, like, at the end of the show, do we ever see who Barney ends up with?
He doesn't, as far as I know, he doesn't end up with anybody.
Except his daughter.
He just has a child with a woman he hooked up
They
with.
never show the child at all.
Barney,
Yes, they
though.
do. They
I
do.
Well,
feel
the
bad for
baby.
Barney.
when it was born.
But who's the mother?
We don't know. Which is fine, I think.
Which makes it a theory. You gotta find areas to find room to figure out that theory.
Probably just a woman. I'm gonna say it.
Probably out of the multiple relationships he's been in, it's probably one of them.
Well, no, he explains it. He says that he tried to have a perfect month where he, danced with a woman every night for a month. And the last woman that he danced with on day 31, he got her pregnant. And so we know that.
Did the ballroom blitz?
We just don't know who she is, like what's her name or what she looks like or if they end up together. I'm assuming no.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they just like co-parent kind of, but it's all kind of left.
He definitely, like, I think the daughter makes like a cameo in How I Met Your Father, if I'm correct. Since he shows up. The only returning character besides Robin. Oh yeah, and Robin teams up with Tom Cruise at one point too.
That is awesome. We love Tom Cruise.
Jack Reacher, never go back.
Anywho, another law/theory that a character has said in the show that I wanted to bring up is the lemon law, which is where you are on a date and the first 5 minutes you decide whether or not you want to commit to an entire evening with that person. And if not, there's no hard feelings and you guys go your separate ways. I agree. That's definitely like a thing because usually when you first are on a date, either out to dinner or hanging out with them at their house, usually the first 5 minutes makes you realize if you want to pursue that evening or life or long term with them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that kind of experience because, me and Jamison and I didn't start going on dates until after we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
But I can kind of say the first 5 minutes of knowing Jamison, I already knew that I was interested. But
got the Marshall and Lily. Love at first sight. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I feel like that's a lot harder nowadays. Just because
love at first sight's crazy.
Well, with the way people talk to people via text and all that stuff, they think meet through Snapchat and something like that. It's you don't really know how that person
really is
until you actually meet them in person.
Even anymore, even if you just meet them in person at dinner anymore, you don't really meet that person.
It's like True. You don't talk about you shouldn't talk about the truly interesting stuff until you're second date in, then you get personal and start talking that type of stuff with them.
Me, I really don't get to know a person until the trip that we're going on is more complicated or more deep. I thought I knew you guys, but when we went on the long trip, I started to know who you guys actually are and how your guys' routines are more
AJ's a stalker.
No,
he watched me sleep.
I'm
kidding.
But you get to know each other more because you're hanging out with each other 24/7.
True.
Or longer than just an hour. And ever since we're all away from home, besides for Victor.
Hi, Victor.
And they definitely heard you. So, anywho, do you guys want to take a break? A few minute break?
Okay. I'm pretty hungry. I'm going to go eat some chips.
That's all for this time.
All right. So we're going to come back with some fun facts. And
I love fun facts.
We're probably going to go through fun facts very fastly and then go through product placement and then
product placement. Pineapple is product placement.
And then Cass' favorite moments. So I'm excited for that.
AJ has
a lot.
Sponsors?
No. No, the show
Wow.
has product placement. That's what product placement is like. Company.
Yeah, I knew
product.
that.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
I knew that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna leave now.
We're going to be back on at 11:33. It'll give us about 10, 11 minutes. So yeah, this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. We're going to be continuing the amazing soundtrack of How I Met Your Mother. So yeah, enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And I'm going to be continuing to talk about How I Met Your Mother. And I'm with...
Cal, sorry, I was finishing eating my chip.
You're good.
Michael Tube in the afternoon at late nights edition, apparently.
Clearly.
I've been up since 4:30 a.m., so.
Oh, dang. I didn't go to bed until... what time did I go to bed last night? I don't even remember. That's probably not good.
AJ.
I know the night before I didn't go to bed until 6, so...
I went to bed at like 2, I think, but then I had to get up.
I know I had to wake up super early yesterday just because of that UT game that was going on. Because I had to film it, but luckily I get next Saturday off. Yay.
Heck yeah, we love that. All right, are you guys ready for some fun facts?
Hit me.
Yes.
I know some
hit me.
I know some of these facts are already well known, but Ted's full name is Theodore Evelyn Mosby. So that's really cool. And that's, of course, equals to Ted. And then he was born just in Ohio, just like the actor, which I thought was really cool.
Relatable.
We mentioned before.
Dang it, it's
Not
Cleveland.
Huh?
Not relatable.
Not relatable.
Where are you from anyway?
Michigan.
Michigan.
And you, for some reason, chose Toledo, but I'm not disappointed because you're a great person.
Granted, it is Michigan colors. Maybe that's why we get so many Michigan people here.
No, I don't. I don't like Michigan. I mean, the state's fine. I don't like,
The football.
yeah, well, I guess. I mean, I don't actually care about football, but I was
Same
born
here.
and raised in a state family. So.
Fair enough. But Robin is popular in this show's universe, and Robin means bright fame and like demonic letters in meetings, which is really weird,
Robin Sparkles.
which is crazy to think about.
I'm
And
actually Robin Daggers. And the crowd goes silent
I just don't know how to respond to
I
that.
don't know, honestly, either.
because I'm emo, guys. That's
You're very...
I dig your nails, though. Those are pretty sweet.
Thanks.
How they're done.
One fell off.
One fell off, sad.
Is it during
And
this-
AJ forgot my freaking glue at his house.
I'm sorry.
So-
super glue it?
It's off right now.
Super glue, get some wood glue for it. And
I've
you-
super glued my nails before. Anyways,
This is already a well-known fact, but I just thought, why not? The actor for Barney is actually part of the LGBTQ community.
I knew this.
We all knew that.
He plays, okay, it's a gay man playing the most straightest man known to man. He does that amazingly.
It's actually Sheldon
that
does
hard.
the same thing. So
It's not that hard.
It's
Especially
really not
because
that
most
hard.
of us were born and raised told that we were supposed to be straight. So it's not that hard.
It's funny because
I'm gonna say it.
he didn't come out until which season? I think season 3 or 4. I don't know. He didn't come out publicly until later, like a little bit later in the show.
He also got canceled for something.
Isn't there a straight person playing a gay person in the show?
Probably Barney's brother.
Probably.
Yeah, that is. He plays such a great gay person, and Barney plays such a great straight person. And it. Wait, did I get that backwards? It's been a long day.
No, it's not backwards. It's just not that hard,
Yeah.
arguably.
But he does. They do such a great job. Like,
Honestly, for
Because they're
one,
actors. That's their job.
that's their job. Yeah, so it makes sense. Anyway, Barney's name was inspired by James Ellroy, the creator and the person that made the noir movie, and was named after one of the characters from that film. So it was just inspired from one of the characters.
What?
And-
It wasn't Barney the Purple Dinosaur?
No.
doesn't it mention that the creators of Spider-Verse made this show too?
I love Spider-Verse.
I
Carter
don't know.
Bays, I think, is one of the writers of the show. They made Mitchell's versus Machines, 21 Jump Street, 22
I
Jump
love
Street,
21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Spider-Verse 1 and 2, that the third one to be determined.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
See you guys when I have kids.
Wait, AJ, clip this and put it on your YouTube or something so that way a lot of people get mad and then you'll get a lot of traction. Miles Morales is the best Spider-Man. People are gonna be.
A lot of people like
Angry.
Miles Morales.
I love
Yeah,
Miles.
I know, but people are racist, AJ.
But
They don't like Miles Morales
love-
because he's black.
I love Miles. He's a great Spider-Man, but Tom Holland's still number one.
I don't know
in my
what-
heart.
I don't actually know who's the best Spider-Man because I don't actually watch Spider-Man.
They-
But Miles Morales is my favorite
How
Spider-Man.
does this? How
Mine's Gwen.
This is
Gwen
unrelated.
is fire.
Gwen is
How
fire.
does this fit in the Spider-Man saga anyway? Because they show live action characters in the animated film. If they did a crossover in Secret Wars with the animated film, are they going to be animated in the live?
knows?
Like that's going to be so confusing.
This is off topic.
Very off topic, but that's okay.
Random rabbit hole we went down.
But anywho, Bob Saget narrates the future Ted to show that Ted went through change throughout the
He
years.
did. Oh, I actually read something about this, that the reason why they do that was because they didn't want the viewers to be confused on if it was future Ted
Yeah.
or present Ted or past Ted talking.
It's supposed to just help Showtime. That's all.
Just say
Well,
it's
yeah,
Ted.
but also if they had Ted's main actor voice
Yeah.
talking, it would get confusing.
Yeah.
Just show Ted, or just say it's Ted. Like movies
A
do
lot
that
of
all
shows
the time.
do that too. A lot of shows have someone out like their adult voice narrate the shows.
And it'll be an older person when they show the reveal. Like
Like the Goldbergs, I think it's actually, or it's not.
the actual creator.
It's the creator himself.
I love Goldberg.
But it's supposed to be like the older voice of him.
Well, it's based on a true story. So
Oh yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Cal.
I was just gonna say I think it's good the way that they did it with the voice, because if they kept cutting the video to present Ted, like 2030 Ted, it would get really it would be an eyesore.
Yeah.
It would be annoying. So
You wanna
it's
hear
better they did it the way they did.
you
in
want to
my
hear
opinion.
something meta?
What?
So explain to me how I Met Your Mother mentions Friday Night Lights, and Friday Night Lights mentions How I Met Your Mother
I don't know.
as a show. Like they just imploded their universes by doing that.
I don't know. Honestly,
Because none of it's real
that's
and
true.
everything's fake.
And creators like to creators like to help each. I don't know if you guys know about this. This is before the whole feud now with entertainment. They're all fighting against each other, but then they actually try to help each other grow. So they just, you know what? Let's shout each other out by saying we're the same universe or mention something.
Marvel and DC are actually helping each other grow right now with James Gunn and everything, and Kevin Feige.
True.
So hey, maybe a Marvel DC crossover here. Fingers
That'd
crossed.
be interesting. But
No.
another fun fact is the theme song to the show is "Hey Beautiful" by the Solids, and the creators of this show are friends of that band. So I find that really cool.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought it was a song they made up.
Anywho, another fun fact is the most iconic bar scenes were at the real life McGee's pub.
Where's that at anyway?
I would like to go there.
This goes along with it. The pub would also make cast-themed drinks and have trivia nights about the show.
Where is that pub? Is it actually in New York?
I think
I
so.
believe so.
Let me look it up.
I've seen pictures,
We have our own version in downtown Toledo, I think.
but it's not the real one, so I don't want to
So McGee's pub is in New York.
They have one in downtown for some reason. I'm like, all right, that's random.
Yeah.
Maybe they're a franchise. Who knows?
Who knows?
Random XD or
On Disney XD.
Oh, I missed Disney XD.
not what I said, but
Well, you said XD, so gave me
like
flashbacks
raw
here.
XD. Okay, never mind. AJ, what's your next fun fact?
Another fun fact is one story of Ted's when he meets the dancer named Tracy,
Reveals the mother's name.
and reveals the mother's name and makes it as a joke
Yeah.
to his kids, which is like the most iconic clip that everyone really knows. So,
Oh, that was actually. Wait, is that?
and the kids are like, "What? No way you met mom." Like
That was actually really funny.
It is funny. I still think the best kid scene is the one that didn't actually make it in the show, and you're like,
The one I showed you.
yeah, that one.
they were
I seen
older.
that like before I even mentioned that this was going to be part of my show. This is when you guys were like, you should talk about this.
We said that?
Yeah,
No.
and then
remember
that
that.
clip came up with, a few days later. So
Awesome sauce.
it was funny. We've already talked about this, but Ted's kid scenes were all shot in season 1, so they know.
Except the last one, that funny one.
But they were all shot years before, and they knew the ending of the show before any of the other actors.
Yeah.
And they had to sign a contract saying that they won't reveal anything. And by the time when the show finished, they forgot even what the show was even about.
How did they not spoil anything? Because
they had to sign a contract where they would get in trouble.
think about it. The biggest movies ever get spoiled. Like,
Well, this was also
This was
Like
when
years
social
ago.
media were
Yes.
first becoming big.
like imagine
So it
if
was
they
still
spoiled.
hard, but like
Ima-
this is when contracts like this was very strict. Now it's strict, but not as strict.
it's lighter.
Imagine
It's
if
a lot lighter.
they spoiled, or someone spoiled the ending of How I Met Your Mother, like in today's atmosphere. Do you think that show ending was stayed the same, or would you think they went back and reshot?
I know a lot of the episodes and seasons were changed just to appease the audience. So
they should have went back and they probably would have went back and reshot it if it came out today.
fair enough.
Granted, a lot of jokes would not have.
But over time, I think the first main character that figured out how the ending of the show was going to go was Lily.
Wait,
Yeah.
can you say that again? Because I didn't understand what you just said.
So sorry. So the first main actor to figure out how the ending of the show was supposed to go, Lily figured out first.
You don't know that.
Because I don't know how, but she was the first one to figure out first. Anywho, Britney Spears was a guest star in the show,
True.
My cousin.
which is she plays as the receptionist named Abby.
That's cool.
Brittany's my cousin.
It's crazy.
No, my last name's Spears, so I just.
You just make that joke all the time.
Oh, definitely.
Another fun fact is the song "Let's Go to the Mall" is actually in Just Dance 3.
Good.
I can confirm because Just Dance 3 was one of my favorite Just Dances.
Of course it was.
I love Just Dance.
Can you do a Just Dance tier list real quick?
No.
Just like, what's your favorite one?
After the show.
What's my favorite Just Dance overall?
Yeah.
Probably Just Dance 3 or 4.
Okay.
Because I didn't care for like Just Dance 20, blah, blah, blah. Like I didn't care for those because they were just going back and I don't know, a lot. Once they started doing yearly Just Dances, you're like, if you want this song, you got to buy it.
Granted, I've never played Just Dance. So.
I used to be a big Just Dance person and I used to rock at Just Dance. I used to get 5 stars every time.
Didn't they?
Okay, AJ.
Didn't they have a Just Dance in How I Met
Next
Your
fun
Mother?
fact.
Like
I
the
don't-
game?
Yeah,
They
I
had
think they
Wii
had-
Sports. I know that.
I think they had a Just Dance in like
I don't recall.
they were in the arcade. I think.
Maybe. I don't. Probably Dance Dance Revolution
This-
is probably it.
This show is very fresh in my memory because I literally like just watched it. Like I started it in December and literally finished it today. So this show is very fresh in my memory and I don't remember Just Dance, but that is possible. That maybe it was in an earlier season that I forgot.
This is my last fun fact, but here are a list of a few more guest stars: Enrique Iglesias, Katy Perry, Bryan Cranston, Bob
Yes.
Barker, Tim Gunn, Heidi Klum, Jennifer
Gunn.
Lopez, Katie Holmes, Maury Povich, I think.
You don't know who Maury Povich is?
No.
Do you know who Tim Gunn is?
Yes. Alex Trebek, Weird Al, Carrie Underwood, Kim K, and Martin Short.
Now I gotta look who Tim Gunn was in the show.
I have a fun fact.
What's your fun fact?
Again, don't quote me on this because most of these things I've found from like TikTok.
Hey, nothing's wrong with that.
But I'm just saying I don't know if they're credible.
Yeah.
You missed one, by the
But-
way.
Well, I said a few, like these are the
Better
most
Call
well-known.
Saul. He was the most iconic.
We just lie on this show. Everything we say
And also,
is all lies. None of it's true.
That's why it's a theory.
A
movie
film theory.
oh my, what's his name?
What's his name?
Breaking Bad.
Bryan Cranston?
Is he the
Yeah.
I don't know why
He's
his
the
name's
boss.
not in my head right now.
Yeah.
The bald guy. Why?
Yeah.
am I-
Heisenberg?
what's his name? Please
Is
tell me
Bryan
right
Cranston?
Yeah, it's Bryan Cranston.
now. No, the name of the character in the show.
The boss
Walter White?
Yes, Walter White. I could not remember his name for the life of me. That's so crazy.
from Godzilla 2014. By the way.
Anyways,
See, I know him
So-
since Malcolm Middle, so.
the fun fact that I was gonna
Came
say,
a long way.
allegedly, from what I heard, was when they shot the scene of Marshall finding out that his dad had passed away. The actor didn't know that was gonna happen, So that was like his raw reaction to that.
Yeah.
What I heard.
Like,
And then I also heard, this I can confirm because I saw a clip of the actor saying it, but I guess the Barney-Robin relationship kind of sparked from Barney's actor becoming really close with Robin's actor. And like, he just like fell in love with her character. And that's kind of how that happened from what I heard. But that's also like just a little snippet. So maybe he said more than that. I don't know. But I heard that.
Another scene that goes off with like the dad thing, Marshall's dad, real dad passed away. Like the actor that played Marshall passed away. And the way that he cried was when Lily met him. I don't remember when exactly, but there was a scene when he cried. It was like real tears because of his dad passing away.
The dad in the show, do you know who plays him?
Go ahead, just say it.
It's Patrick Starr.
Oh my gosh! I knew I recognized him from somewhere.
You now realize that?
I didn't know the name or like. I couldn't. I knew he looked familiar.
Or SpongeBob.
But now I'm gonna have to go back and look.
You gotta watch now.
You gotta watch.
You gotta rewatch the show for a second time. I know you would like to.
Now you gotta watch SpongeBob.
I really like the show, but I don't think I could watch it a second time right away just because it's so long.
Yeah. I feel like just choose a few episodes here or there on your just whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Like during Christmas time, I watched the Christmas episodes. Those are like really good watch.
That is one thing that I don't like in new TV shows is when they have 3 or 4 back-to-back holiday episodes.
What do you mean?
Like some shows anymore will have 4 episodes in a row for Christmas for one season instead of just one for Christmas. It would just get frustrating because it's the same concept over and over for every show, every holiday episode. Is all very cliche.
I kind of don't know what you're talking about because I can't think of a show where that happens, but I'm just going to go along.
I mean, there's shows that take place around Christmas time for multiple episodes, but that's because it takes place during December. Yeah. There's just one main Christmas episode.
Yeah. But
I know The Flash did that a lot.
Here's some product placements. Microsoft, Red Lobster, T-Mobile, the Xbox 360.
The Pineapple.
The Wii, Guitar Hero, specifically the Aerosmith one. And then Red Bull.
I love the Wii.
We love the Wii.
I love the Wii. There was also Super Nintendo.
That is true. I forgot about that.
And Star Wars, technically.
Technically, yes, Star Wars, but...
Well, I mean, if you're going off that, then you could also say Karate Kid. You could also say...
Usually product placements are sponsors.
Yeah, there was one mention of WrestleMania.
The pineapple, man. The pineapple. I'm considering that product placement.
I don't think so.
Nobody owns pineapple, so that can't.
I mean, there's like maybe the banana brand if it was actually showing the logo, like a specific brand, but it was just a pineapple.
That
like Chiquita is a banana. It's a fruit brand.
Technically, McGee's is a sponsorship as it is, just because it's an actual bar.
Technically, yeah, you could consider that, yeah. But here's I found a video and I was like, this would be a fun segment to talk about, which is the cast favorite moments. The actor for Ted, his favorite moment is whenever he had road trips with Marshall. And he just loves him so much. And whenever there was college flashbacks, he loved them the most. And then Marshall is the mythical creature episode. That's his favorite.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Which was the half mouse, the cockamouse.
The cockamouse.
The episode just threw me off so much because I started to build up like what the show was, and then I was just threw out of nowhere because it's so early in the show that they were even still trying to develop what the show's theme was going to be.
Yeah.
Lily's favorite moment is when Marshall comes in with a marching band at the airport.
That was awesome.
That was good.
It's funny.
I want that and nothing less.
And it's funny because during that, Lily was the actor for Lily was pregnant.
That's crazy.
Is that why she like disappeared several episodes
in season 3 and 4?
Because Barney apparently said something super bad.
They probably just
that makes sense.
That was funny though. How she
it's funny because Lily and Robin were both pregnant around the same time. So
what happened? Why wasn't Robin? Why didn't Robin leave then? She was there a lot.
Well, it's called movie magic. So they would like. like whenever they were in the show when they were pregnant, most of the time they were sitting to hide, their stomachs to make it movie magic. So to make it work well. And then Barney's favorite moment would be when he met his real dad, Bob Barker, on The Price is Right. So that's his favorite moment.
Yeah.
Which makes sense for the character and him, which is actually pretty funny. And then what?
Do you remember this one relationship from the show? The blonde chick Ted was okay, that's very specific.
Yeah, that's very
the one who was like she was protesting against him demolishing why was
Bro
she
knows the girls left and right exactly.
for me that was like the most
Those are my ex-girlfriends, what can I say?
those are like the most forgettable. She was like the most forgettable because no one I don't remember her.
I'll be honest with you, I know this is a very bad hot take, but what was the first girl that Ted dates that wasn't Robin?
Victoria?
I don't remember, but he met her at a wedding.
Victoria.
Yeah. But I thought she was forgettable, or at least most of Ted's ex-girlfriends, because...
Well, then she came back, and I was kind of mad about that. I didn't,
See, for me,
I didn't think she...
People are like, oh, she's one of my favorite ex-girlfriends of Ted's. I'm like, most of his ex-girlfriends, I'm like, it's not going to go. Oh, it's just like 2.5 Men. Who cares? It's just...
Well, I mean, it's...
I don't know. I don't really think deep about it.
It's nice because of the kind of character development it gives Ted.
Yeah, I agree.
But I would say Victoria wasn't really... I mean, she was a good character. I'm not saying that I dislike her or anything. She's just probably not one of my favorites.
Because she just kind of dipped, bro.
Yeah, I think the character that I probably liked the most...
I'm just thinking about this right now. I think the point of Victoria coming back was to stop Ted from running away with the
one person.
No, Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Thank you for that.
Robin's favorite moment, she likes whenever, her Canadian point. So she loved the music videos that she did because she's always wanted to do music and make music videos and do all that. So she said that was her favorite moment because she never got to do that before and she wishes she could have done that.
Yeah.
I will say Stella, fun fact, guess what show she's from? Scrubs.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that one. All right, I'm going to end the show here. Do you guys have anything that you would like to shout out or say any last words or comments? Go ahead.
Shout out, I don't know if she's still listening, but shout out to my friend Emily who was listening earlier. That was pretty cool of you to do that.
Watch How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, if you have 3 months to spare, go ahead and watch How I Met Your Mother.
You watched it in a month.
I watched it in 3.
3? I thought you said you started in December.
It's 2 or technically 1,
Oh my gosh,
depending on when you start in
so
December.
long ago. That felt so long ago. Okay, it was 2 months, not 3, because it was the full month of December and the full month of January, pretty much.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, if you have 2 months to spare, you can watch How I Met Your Mother.
Or just, if you're like me, just watch it whenever you have downtime.
Well, yeah, but it's still going to take a long time.
That is true. I mean, it's going to take you a long time, but if you just want to casually watch a show, it's a good show.
I would like to shout out me. Because I know a lot about this show, because that's what happens when you get hyperfixated on something. So that was pretty cool. That happened to me. And shout out to Jamison.
What a cool guy.
You want to say?
No. I don't have anything to shout out.
And then
Shout out to Jamison.
All right. If you guys have any TV shows, movies, games, recommendation.
You have something to shout out. Please follow Street Pizza on Instagram.
Shut up.
It's a JVB fan account. They're just really good.
And then, hey, stay tuned for my show coming out here soon. Michael Tube in the afternoon. And if you guys want more know more about it, I switched those around. Watch my YouTube channel for more in-depth movie reviews. I have talked about How I Met Your Mother on that show. So
please send me the link so I can put that in the bio for you.
Subscribe to Michael Tube.
Or description. Well, I don't know why I say bio.
Wait,
description.
AJ, can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to AJ for inviting me.
Yes, AJ.
Cool.
Thank you for having us on, man.
Of course. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you guys coming on.
He's nice and he's my friend.
He's my friend.
Yeah, we're going to hang out with him after this.
True. We're going to hang out.
Anywho, for anyone that is listening to this either live or post on Spotify and YouTube, if you guys have any recommendations for TV shows, movies, or video games, please DM me on Instagram at the Plexi Film Show.
I already have a great show for you to watch, man.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I'm going to finish you guys off with a minute left, and then I'll turn you guys back onto the radio boss. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and I'll talk to you guys later.